What if the government made your family's savings illegal overnight? This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's a buried page from American history. In 1933, a new law made it a criminal offense for everyday people to hold monetary gold. This wasn't about trading it. Simply owning it could land you in prison for a decade. Americans were commanded to surrender their gold coins, bars, and certificates, receiving only paper money in return. Visualize the government declaring the asset you saved for decades was now contraband. This was not a covert operation. It was an official act, signed into law by the president. To grasp why, we must journey back to the Great Depression's peak. The nation's economy was shattered. A quarter of the workforce had no jobs. Banks were shuttering by the thousands, and panic was the new normal. The core issue was a run on gold. Back then, every dollar was backed by a promise of gold. As faith evaporated, people demanded the real thing, draining the bank's precious metal reserves and pushing the system toward total ruin. The new president, Franklin D. Roosevelt, confronted this escalating disaster. His answer was swift and severe. In April 1933, he issued Executive Order 6102. The directive forbade the private hoarding of gold. Citizens had a matter of weeks to turn in their holdings to a bank for paper currency, priced at the official rate of $20.67 per ounce. Officially, this was to halt the panic and stop gold hoarding. But the reality was far darker. It constituted a massive, compulsory transfer of private wealth. People queued to hand over their life savings and family treasures, compelled by the threat of immense fines or jail time. Some defied the order, concealing their assets. Most obeyed, fearing the consequences. Here's the twist that truly hurts. After gathering the public's gold, the government didn't simply store it. The following year, the Gold Reserve Act was passed. It raised the official value of gold to $35 per ounce. This single move slashed the dollar's value. The authorities had taken gold from the people at a low price, then instantly increased its worth. The state captured a colossal, immediate profit. This was not a minor adjustment. It was a fundamental rewriting of our monetary system. By confiscating gold and devaluing the currency, the administration unlocked the power to create money far beyond previous constraints. It enabled massive new government spending. For the banks, it was a rescue. For the state, it was ultimate control. But for the average citizen, it was legalized confiscation, disguised as policy. Let's make this personal for a moment. Think of your grandparents saving their golden heirlooms. Then, imagine being forced to surrender them, only to watch their value skyrocket soon after. This exact scenario unfolded for millions. The action was legally contested, all the way to the Supreme Court. Numerous contracts contained gold clauses, ensuring repayment in actual gold value. The government's move nullified these agreements. In a series of tight rulings, the court ultimately sided with the government. The precedent was set. During an emergency, the state could reshape financial rules and seize private property for the so-called greater good. The deeper implication was the end of the true gold standard. By removing gold from public hands, Roosevelt severed the direct connection between people and tangible money. Currency was now backed purely by government authority, not by a promise of redemption. So, who truly won? The government, first and foremost. It gained billions in revalued reserves, financing its New Deal agenda. The banking system was stabilized, its confidence restored by the new gold in the Federal Reserve's vaults. The wealthy often found loopholes, moving assets abroad or into exempt forms. And the losers? The ordinary Americans who played by the rules. They handed over their tangible security for paper that was promptly devalued. They discovered that the rules of finance are not permanent. They can be altered in a moment by those in power. Why does this matter now? Because the principle of confiscation never died. It just evolved. When the system is under threat, governments will act to preserve it, even at the public's expense. In 2008, it was bank bailouts. In Cyprus, it was direct seizures from bank accounts. Today, relentless inflation acts as a silent tax, steadily eroding your savings and your paycheck's value. It is a slow-motion wealth transfer, hidden in economic reports. The lesson from 1933 is unambiguous. Never assume your assets are safe from systemic change. If they could outlaw gold then, what prevents a digital asset freeze or a new wealth tax today? The blueprint already exists. True financial resilience requires assets and understanding that exist beyond the reach of sudden policy shifts. Skills that cannot be seized. Tangible assets that hold their worth. And the historical awareness to see the pattern before the next crisis is declared. When America commandeered its citizens' gold, it was sold as a necessary rescue, a patriotic duty. The outcome, however, was clear. The system was preserved, and the people bore the cost. History may not repeat, but its echoes carry a consistent warning. If it happened once, it can happen again. The next time a leader promises economic security, remember 1933. The rules of money are not natural laws. They are tools of power, and power can turn on a dime.
Protect yourself not with blind trust, but with knowledge, vigilance, and the pursuit of genuine, independent wealth. If this history provided a new lens, please like this video and follow Winds of Thought. The past holds the clues. I'm here to help you decipher them.